I have been saying ever since way back when Felon 47 was started saying shit like this all the time.
I have been, even the enemy, because they are the enemy, what they've said, even that enemy too, and they're really the enemy. They're the enemy of the people, the press.
He didn't relent. He knew exactly what he was doing.
You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort.
They're enemies of the people. They're very bad. They never cover me well. If you ever did anything good, even Democrats would give you credit. I came out first thing and praised him for trying to bring an end to the fighting in Gaza. That was me out here and say, I'm so glad. I hate his guts. I'm so glad he's trying to do something here. Even though he really wasn't, and even though he didn't do anything. He just took the victory lap like he accomplished something, and he didn't accomplish shit. Because the blue state, they already had proxy fighters on the ground. They knew that the ceasefire was coming. They were ready. They were fighting all along, destroying crucial infrastructure for the Palestinian way of life. Ethnic cleansing. It sounds a lot like what's happening here in America now, doesn't it? And I have to talk about this because the feds have arrested 4 black journalists. The Department of Justice has already tried to charge Don Lemon for covering an anti-ICE protest at a Minnesota church. Attorney General Pam Bondi wrote, at my direction early this morning, federal agents arrested Don Lemon, Traherne, Gene Cruz, Georgia Fort, Jamel Liddell Lundy in connection with the coordinated attacks on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's unclear what they will be charged with, and it appears that they're being targeted for their First Amendment rights. It sure does appear that way, doesn't it? Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. A statement from Lemon's lawyer read, Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he's always done. Instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting all of its time, attention, and resources to this arrest. And that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. He announced they were going to try to charge him over a week ago. There were judges that said, no, this is stupid. Are you serious? But apparently they got some sycophantic suck-a-dick to go along with this. Going to get thrown out in court, unless he captures the court by then. Georgia Fort was recording the arrest. Wanted to alert the public that agents are at my door right now. They're saying that they were able to go before a grand jury and that they have a warrant for my arrest. That was in a Facebook Live. As a member of the press, I filmed the church protest a few weeks ago, and now I'm being arrested for that, she added. It's hard to understand how we have a constitution, constitutional rights, when we can just be arrested for being a member of the press. In other news, Donald Trump is suing the IRS for, $100 billion, $200 billion? Because they leaked his IRS documents showing that he hadn't paid any federal taxes in over a decade. Because we all know rich people don't pay taxes. Taxes are for the stupid, especially federal taxes. They're for the blue states to subsidize the red states. I'm all for a soft secession. Blue states need to stop paying federal taxes. Absolutely. Then we'd be able to afford emergency disaster relief for our own states. We'd be able to afford to give our own states citizens health care and all the rest of the things that the federal government is no longer going to produce because, wars and shit. Also, Kevin Warsh, who Felon 47 nominated to be the chairman of the board of governors of the Federal Reserve System, he's known him for a long time, and he said he's from Central Casting and will never let you down. What he means is he will never let me down. But he doesn't laugh, so sorry. Oh, and Kevin Warsh, he's in the files. He's been to the island. If Trump gains control over the Federal Reserve, the global economy will be fucked. America will be cut out. Everybody will dump their treasury bonds and leave us as an isolationist pariah state with an absolutely devastated economy. That's your guy. And I'm sure you all are going to say, we voted for this.